What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome to episode number 19 of Space Engineers Survival on Pertam. Last episode, we built this magnificent giant vehicle. This episode, we're going to complete the final renovation of it. So episode number 1 of this trilogy, which was episode number 17, we started on this thing. Episode number 18, we finished this thing. In episode number 19, we're going to renovate it so it looks a little bit better. Off in a creative world, I actually went and tried to make a model of this thing that would look a little bit better, and this is what I came up with after a couple of suggestions from the community. Specifically, PhD Composer from my Discord helped me out a lot with trying to figure out how to make this thing a lot less blocky. So this is what I came up with, and there are a couple of changes that we're going to implement in a time lapse in the survival world. So the first of the major changes is that I moved the wheels apart a little bit so that I could add this little divot thing, and so that it looks a little bit longer. Second, I completely changed the front, so it's much less, I guess, like that. I also completely changed the back so that it now has, instead of a door, it has a ramp that goes down. It also has lights and like actual texture and stuff, and I don't know. I also changed the top as well. I made the top gun a little bit larger. I added a machine gun to it so that I could shoot that in case I didn't want to shoot the main thing right here. I have the camera on the side, and of course I have an antenna on top as well. So we're gonna make these changes. Of course, the interior is completely changed as well, and you can actually, holy crap, you can actually go into an interior with this. That is kind of cool. It's all really hard to see though. But we're going to make these changes to this thing in a time-lapse form. So for you guys, it'll be just like maybe a minute of time-lapse, and you'll see us build the thing. All right, I think we're just gonna go directly into the time-lapse. So 3, 2, 1, time-lapse. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the time lapse, but this is our new, and I will say improved, version of the tank IFV thing. It's no longer as blocky. It's a little bit slimmer as far as the height goes. it's got these like, you know, some textures. It actually looks kind of decent, I think. And this is going to be the thing we're going to be taking out today because we still have some mission to do. What we're going to be doing in this episode, aside from what we did in the time lapse just then, is we're going to be going out and placing the final of our 3 towers, which is going to allow us to use GPS. But before we do that, let me show you around with this thing. So starting with the front, you'll notice it's no longer a weird angled shape thing that it was before. I mean, it's still got some angle coming downward, but it's more like a flat front now right here as opposed to what it was before. And I actually have a couple of console blocks set up. So this is what it was before. It was kind of like a very angled, I don't know, it kind of looks weird. In fact, when I built this in creative, this design kind of, or I guess more accurately, the green one that I built in creative mode on a different world, I actually had a design before this. In between this one right here and this one right here, I actually had a design that was kind of like a more angled version of this, but it ended up not looking very good, so that's why we went towards this one right here. But yeah, so the front looks a lot better in my opinion. The way you see out of it is now actually in the middle. Someone criticized me, or like jokingly criticized in the comments last episode, that I don't really like middle seats, and it's true. I usually like to put my seats on the left or the right of the vehicle. I think the middle works well in this case. So we have a middle seat there with double glass protecting him. I don't know how much protection that'll offer, but at least a little bit, so that should be good. Lots of like cool texture ideas that I learned from a black armor video that I watched, showcasing how to do a lot of this stuff. But moving around the back, I mean the sides, obviously we have a lot of armor on the sides here, but moving around the back we have these, well, a lot more texturing. You can see on the old design as well, the back was literally just kind of like a flat plane and there was nothing really there, but now we have these little divots for where the lights would go. We have this ramp thing, which I'll open because we're about to go in there. And then on top right here we have some storage. A lot of the pictures of IFVs that I looked at on Google had like storage things up here where they would carry usually like water canisters or fuel canisters or some sort of canister, but there are no canisters in Space Engineers, so either I'll have to like make my own canister or I don't know, maybe we'll put something in there. I don't know quite yet. Moving inside, the first thing you'll notice is that it's a lot lower than it was before. In fact, I think I still need to add another row of these things, so it's a 3 by or like a 3 block wide area instead of a 2. Although the 2 is fine, it's not terrible. I tested it with putting some stuff in this space off to the left, and it was fine. But yeah, so the first thing you'll notice is that it's a lot lower. I was able to do that by removing all the components that were underneath here that we were previously walking over, and those are all now either in the front over there or up on the side or down there. So yeah. Storage, we have only 3 storage containers along with a connector on the bottom right there. So previously we had like 5 storage containers or maybe even 6. But I think 3 is going to be fine. It's not really a problem. We have 1 right here, 1 there, 1 there. That's just a conveyor. On top we have the O2H2 generator. Over here we have our survival kit, which will allow us to respawn. Up in the front we have our 2 batteries. Somewhere down there we have a couple of reactors, which are empty right now. You can actually see them over there. The hydrogen engines, as well as some of the H2 tanks, are down in the front right there. And there's also a couple of H2 tanks down there. But anyways, we have 2 seats, partially because I wanted the ability to have a gunner if we wanted, but also partially because if this one gets destroyed, I would like a pre-built way to be able to control this vehicle. So we have the main seat right here, which has all of our wheel configurations on the first hotbar. On the second hotbar, it's got our power configurations, and on the third one, it's got our gun configurations. So one thing a lot of you guys were commenting on as well last episode was that we needed a new way to control our gun. So we now have it with, if I press number 1 right here and go into one of our cameras, we can now control it with our mouse, which is amazing, by the way. I don't know how I've lived so long without knowing that this existed, but we can now control it very finely without having to click a bunch of buttons. We have 2 cameras, one's on the side for like a backup camera, and one is on the front like that. And then we have 2 guns as well. I'll actually go on the outside to show you guys that. Heading back outside, let's go up top and I'll show you the turret. I might slim this down a little bit by 1 block. I don't know. But for now, essentially what it is, it's got the same howitzer we had before. It's got a camera, and it's also got a machine gun on it. So now we have another way to fire if we want. I realized something, by the way, that the Akaid defense weapons Has a lot more than I thought it did. They were all hidden behind progression, but it's got a lot of like different weapons that I didn't know existed. So now that we know that those exist, I wonder, wait, how hard would it be to like stick one of these on? How big are these? I wonder. Oh, they're massive. They're absolutely massive. But if we wanted to just make this thing overpowered, we could just, boom, stick one right there on each side, and that would probably handle it. But anyways, that's our new vehicle. We're definitely going to test it out today. We're going to load it up with both types of ammo, enough for at least a couple of fights. And then we're going to go out there with all the stuff that is not welded. I'll get that in a second. We're going to go out with all the stuff we need to build that tower, and then we're going to come back and hopefully build our first antenna on the main base. All right, let's load up everything. Okay, I've loaded everything up in there. There are only 2 more things I need to load up. Number 1 is ammunition. I'm going to make sure to make a couple more Centurion HE shells. I probably want another 20, although I really hope I have enough magnesium powder. Okay, I might not actually have enough magnesium powder for that, which is unfortunate because I only have 3 shells remaining, which means I might need more magnesium before we get into any fights, unless I want to just like risk it with 3 shells. But I also wanted to... Oh wait, one thing I didn't show you guys, how to load this thing. So previously I actually had an ammo compartment back here and I would go up here and load it. But now it's a lot easier because now we actually have the ammo compartment down here. And even if the gun is turned, so if I were to turn this, for example, a different direction and I need to reload it, we can still get access to at least one of the ammo things in there. So we hop in there, we give it the ammo, and I'm gonna let's see if that gun on top actually allows me to use the normal ammo. No, it does not. All right, before we can do anything, unfortunately, we need magnesium. So we're gonna go on a quick magnesium expedition. First one actually in the whole series, as far as the ship goes. All right, let's get to our ship. That just spawned in, the Open Tide. I'm not afraid of an Open Tide though. I am only afraid of the drop ships. All right, recharge, off, unlock. Let's get out of here. All right, we're going off in that general direction. I don't know exactly where it is, but we're just gonna head over there and it should get lighter as we go. What's our battery? Oh, pretty good. We're essentially going toward the crevasse because that's where the magnesium is. And I don't necessarily know where the crevasse is, but I know it's in this direction generally. I actually can see it off in the distance. I see a little bit of the crevasse right over there. I also see the east relay. You can't actually see it physically, but you can see its marker. Oh, actually, wait. Yeah, I remember now. There's actually the mini crevasse before we get to the main one. So the main one should be what we see over here. And we'll see the big entrance to it. Because I think this that we're over right now is still the mini one. Beautiful sunrise coming up over here. This is about where we crashed, I think, over there somewhere. Okay, there's our entrance right there. I see some of our markers. So if we wanted to get to the gold would be right down there. And if we wanted to get to the magnesium, it would be over this way. This is interesting. I've never actually seen this from the top. I've always been like, well, in it, pretty much. If I build a bridge, by the way, this is probably where I would build it, because there's no way to get over this crevasse without going through it. We'll continue to follow it here. Man, the landscape in this game is pretty nice. Yeah, I believe we have to just continue to follow it forever. until essentially we get to this giant straightaway that leads to an exit. So I guess this would be the direction. Turn in here. Maybe that's the exit right there? That actually, yeah, that does, oh yeah, that is it, I think. I see some markers down there. All right, that's actually not that far. Also, cool biome ahead. I kind of want to make a little base over here. Like a mini base. We can go and explore whatever is over there. I mean, it's Space Engineers. There's probably not that much over there, but but still, it is interesting. All right, let's get in there. All right, let's get this stuff. Looks like ice. It's very blue. Let's get this stuff. Hopefully, it'll be enough. Well, we're gonna get a full load of it, so I guess it will be enough. Danger, though, is that we have a long trek back to our base. Lots of room to misjudge our speed. Are we going to have our first ship grave of the season? I guess we'll find out. We're approaching a decent weight. I know this thing can carry well over 200,000, but let's see how much we have here and see if we're fine calling it a haul. We have 40,000 right here. We have 76,000 right there. That is it. Okay, we do want more. I'll tell you, sometimes it's tough in the cave to know what's up and what's down. You gotta keep your wits about you, otherwise you'll end up turning over. This might be where we want to call it a trip here. Let's take another look. 70k, 76k, another 29k. I think that's fine. We have a lot of stone on us as well. Unfortunately, this thing does not have any automatic stone dropping abilities. But I think that's gonna be fine. Let's can we just go straight? Oh, she doesn't like it if you go straight. It's too heavy. All right, let's just go kind of at an angle here. This is where like where thrusters that are on like a vector would be, or on like a rotor or something would be helpful. You wouldn't have to press space and up. You'd be able to just go up. There's our west relay over there, about 10 kilometers from us. We know that's our base over there. All right, power consumption on this thing is not amazing. We only have 10 minutes left of power at full stuff, so I think it's been using quite a bit here. But let's try and get inside the base without crashing our ship. This is historically where I would screw up, because we're going down. I would get impatient and then try and go down like a lot. The ship would not be able to handle it, and I would end up crashing into the ground. But I'm a learned man. I'm a different person from those old days. I know how to fly a ship now. All right, let's land our thing here with enough magnesium to supply us for a couple episodes. I'm kind of worried because this thing, I thought this was a machine gun right here, but it says it uses a flak belt. So I almost wonder if it's a flak gun, at which point, or in which case we have a second explosive. All right, let's test this. I'm gonna aim right over there. The flak thing only has a range of like 600 to 800 meters. So, but let's aim at that tree with the flak thing. Okay, we have 2 explosives. Perfect. All right, as much fun as it is to have 2 explosive devices strapped to each other firing at the same time, I think we do need a machine gun of sorts. So let's go back to our Akkad defense and see what we have. Ah, this one actually looks pretty cool. It's a burst cannon that fires multiple ammo types at medium range. By the way, medium range to this mod pack is 1.2 kilometers, which is crazy because the base game's max range is 800 kilometers. But let's try it. Let's remove this. Thank you for the flak belts. We're going to instead replace with this. And I believe I'm going to have to remove my little bit of niceness there and replace with that. Okay, so this new gun uses not flak belts, but actually 50 millimeter things. 50 millimeter ammo containers. I wonder how much it uses actually. Is it 1 per shot or maybe 1 per burst? I'm actually going to put them all in here and only take 1 out because I want to see how far 1 will take me. All right, throw 1 in there. We've got a loading sound. I heard 4 loads, so I mean it's gonna fire 4 things. All right, let's aim at this tree again and fire. That was anticlimactic. I guess it did do something, but oh wait, no, it's got more. It's got more in the chamber. Dang, it's actually got a lot. I mean, it's not doing anything to the voxels. Maybe it'll do something to a block. Hey, wall, what's up? Oh, it actually did do something. Okay. I don't know about the effects for that gun. They didn't actually make any like explosions or any deformation sounds or anything when it hit, but it did seem to do damage. So I think we're going to keep that as a valued asset of our targeting team. Now, this mod is crazy, by the way. While I was in the creative world designing this new version of the IFV tank thing, I actually discovered laser designators, and I kind of really want to make a vehicle or vehicles based around that, because I think this mod adds guided missiles and stuff, just reading the description of this. So this would like lock onto something, and then missiles would be able to fire and then go to where this is locking. So that would be really cool to have some sort of like, maybe like a manual tracking thing on the base, and then a bunch of missile silos around the area. And then if anything gets close, I just lock the thing on and they all fire. I don't know, that'd be awesome. But all right, I think we've got everything here. Let's load up the ship and let's get out of here so we can build our first antenna, or our third antenna. All right, I think we're ready to go. Let's get out of here. Backing up. I've never driven this thing before. Even in the creative test world, I probably should have driven the design before like making it in survival. And we'll see if that's a problem, I guess. All right, welcome here. Oh, let's go to the first tab where I can actually control my power and stuff. They're all at 100%. We have 100% friction, 100% power. So right now what we're about to do is we're going to go toward not the west, but the north. And we're going to make our north relay. It's got to be at least 10 kilometers out, just like the other ones. And then we can use it. You can see much better out of this viewing angle, by the way. It's definitely easier to drive like this. That said, I still probably will prefer using my beautiful third person here. Avoid that hole, and we're off. I'm going 15 meters per second, which might be a little dangerous considering we're in a tank. But okay, let's go around this mountain to the left, and we'll start heading off to the off to the north. Now, this side of the mountain is where I notoriously, and I also have an ore detector in this thing, by the way. But this side of the mountain is where I I think that's actually the... No, wait. When did I get iron from there? I don't remember. If you remember when I got iron in there, comment below, and I will be insanely impressed by your ability to remember episodes better than I can. But this is where we notoriously got lost while looking for gold. I remember why I got cobalt here, I think. But yeah, we got lost because we tried to go a different way when returning home. But anyways, let's continue to the... Hang on, wait, west. No, we're going to the south, not the north. I've got my cardinal directions wrong. Yeah, we're going to the south 10 kilometers. Now, I know that ship over there is really far, but some of the guns in this mod pack have the ability to shoot like that far. It's crazy. I don't know how we can even hope to keep the game balanced at this point, unless those things like adopt some of the weapons that the mod pack uses. Otherwise, I think we're just insanely overpowered. Oh, that was a jump. Oh, man. Okay, we need to be really careful with this thing. I don't think I damaged much. I do want to grab those pieces, though. I don't think I damaged much, though. Let's hop out. Damage-wise, it looks like that thing took it like a champ. We've got some damage right here, but that's about it. Let's at least get everything formed the right way. Make sure everything's still in working order, and we're good. All right. Just got to be a little more careful. This, by the way, if any of you guys remember some older episodes, this is where we were saying we were going to put that mining camp thing. That like really big mining facility would have been in here. I say would have been, but we might still do it because I think it's still a really cool idea. But yeah, so that's where that would be over there in that area. Let's go fight this thing. We have a claim right here. I've never seen... Oh, I guess this is probably part of the... I haven't seen any of the Wasteland Encounters things, have I? That's a shame. I wonder if the mod is loaded properly. I was hoping we would have seen something by now, but I think we've only been seeing abandoned settlements. Although this is called a claim, so I don't know. Maybe this will have weapons on it. So I guess he's down over there in that valley. Oh yeah, it is. We have a really good shot from here if we want to take it. Let's see if I can. I don't know. Some of my wheels don't like life right there. Oh, what the heck? Let's turn up a little bit. All right. We're on a bit of an incline. I don't want us to like flip over. But anyways, let's switch to our gunning thing and see if we can get a nice shot on this. All right. Let's see what we've got here. Ooh, wait, what? Have we already fought this? When would we have fought this? Oh, wait, yeah, we did fight. Wait, did we? Yeah, I think I do remember fighting this, actually. I vaguely remember fighting this, actually, because I think this is when we went to go and find the gold. We actually found this and fought it. But let's be careful here as we approach and check out the guns. I mean, the guns are... Wait, what? Where? You? No, sir! Oh, man. Oh, parking brake. It's too powerful. I mean, to be fair, we did get into the range of it that time, so it's not like it was completely unfair. But yeah, so maybe we didn't fight this. If it's already, like, partially destroyed. Let's roll in and see if there's anything else that might try and fire at us. We'll try to use the other gun next time as well. That time I kind of just panicked and hit the big gun. But yeah, is anything over here perhaps not gonna shoot? That might shoot me. Yeah, that's gonna shoot me. I'm a little worried because I don't think I can hit it from here because of how the gun angles. So we are gonna back up here. We need to hit it on an angle or something. And I'll try and use the other gun this time. So let's let it shoot our side a little bit. So we can get, I mean not let it, but let's aim like over here and let it shoot our side. Oh, I don't want it to hit our back though. Alright, let's switch to this. And fire. There it is. That was a good hit. That was a little more fair perhaps. Alright, let's turn this thing back. And down. Boom. There we go. Alright. A little bit of combat. Not terribly much. It looks like someone did part of our job for us here. But I think it should be safe to move forward. Let's go and check out what's here and maybe grab some of the stuff. I'll go ahead and park right next to the antenna. And we'll let down our thing. Alright, you guys know the drill. Guns out. Oops. Guns out. There we go. Someone criticized my ability to clear rooms last episode. Let's attempt it. Clearing a room. Charge! Did I do it properly? Alright, let's grab this stuff. This is the stuff that usually has some stuff in it, I believe. Yeah. Ooh, any platinum perhaps? I saw a variety of colors. Maybe... no, maybe not. No platinum that time. One of the times we got lucky with platinum. Almost a negligible amount though. Man, it looks like this would have been a formidable base. That's a full-size turret over there, and I believe that was another one, unless that was the one that was shooting at me. It would have been pretty formidable. Those full-size turrets aren't a joke. I mean, we'll go and see if the other... I don't think any of the ones we fought were full-sized. Thank you very much. Okay, this, I believe, was where the gun was. Okay, it's lightning. We actually do... I think I just got struck. No, wait, I'm dying because of the suit. Right. Okay. Why does it seem like there's always a storm whenever we go to put up one of these things? Oh no. Oh no. I ain't messing with you. No, no, Mr. Ice. You can do what you want. I just got struck by lightning. Dang, the lightning, man. I mean, I never... God dang, man. I'm just gonna get struck by lightning multiple times, aren't I? I mean, to be fair, we're in a desert. And usually lightning strikes tall things. In a desert, what's really taller than you, right? Man, this is where Chipstick's sandworm would come in. Or just lightning. We don't need any other threat other than the threat of lightning hitting you. All the time. Bruh. That's 4 times. Did you guys know that lightning strikes are only like 20% fatal? That's crazy. Crazy that people can like survive that. I mean, usually you can get like some problems. Like you don't just come out tip-top shape. But still, the ability to survive lightning, the thing that literally chops trees in half, leaving searing red heat marks, is insane. Oh man, they did a number to our poor little turret up here. So my best guess is that a hunchback dropship of some kind came over here and messed this base up before I got here. And that would explain why everything is already practically destroyed, or why all the turrets were offline. Probably because one of them came and messed it up, or messed them up a little bit. But we grabbed as much as we want, really, and well, I guess let's continue heading back in the south direction. Back to the ship! I think some of those mountains off in the distance right over there would be really good for an antenna. Actually, that mountain right there might be perfect. We're just around 9 kilometers now. So that might be just at 10. Is that another dune on the other side there? Good lord, this planet is full of dunes. But yeah, I think right up here is where we're gonna put the thing. This is gonna be a nice picturesque location as well. Maybe I can get up. I want to try and go up this valley. I don't think I can get up that little bit up there. But if I go up this valley, it would be probably pretty good. Oh, it's a struggle to get up this mountain, but I think we can do it. Right up there is where I'm thinking. Either the left one or the right one, I don't know. We're like a perfect distance from the base, so Probably this left one right here, because I think I can just stick the ship right up here and kind of open the back thing. Maybe like right here. Welcome to Jurassic Park. No, I'm just kidding. I want to go up here real quick because I want to see what's on the other side of these. Yeah, so that's dunes. That's just an extension of the rest of the dunes. That's mountains over there, it looks like. Yeah, it just looks like a couple mountains, dunes, giant mountain over there. Our base is somewhere off in that way. Wow, I would have gotten lost again if I tried to go back to base. I would have gone that way. All right, let's start building. All right, you guys know the drill. We do a 3x3 first, and that's going to be the basis for our structure. Although maybe we want to make this one a little different. Let's try it. I'm going to do that. We're going to keep the same kind of thing for our battery. The same sort of this thing. One right there, one right there, one on either of these sides, and then like we'll do something up there, which will be where we put the thing. However, for this, I want to try something using the new blocks known as the these things. I want to try something with beams. Let's give it a shot. Beams look pretty good. That's why I want to try them. I want to make a 2x2 with beams. We'll go up about 8, because beams only require steel plates. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll have a ladder on this side of the beam right there. And then maybe we'll have... I don't know, because beams allow you to have, like, these ones, too. So we could always do... Maybe the ladder would be on the inside right there. We could always have it, like, kind of... support, maybe starting from there, coming down like this, or something. Just kind of riffing here. Maybe one of those. It kind of looks like a rocket ship at this point if we do it like that. But, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I kind of like this design, I think. Let's try it. We're going to build it all the way up and see what it looks like. Essentially what it is, though, is... the ladder will take you up to this level, which will be where the first catwalk is, like we usually have. And then we'll have another ladder that will take you up to this level, which will do essentially the same thing with one of these ones right here. One like that, and one like this, and you'll be able to walk around the full top. And then we'll just have the antenna right there. So if I do antenna, we'll just put that one, boom, right in the middle. It's going to look like that. It's going to have the catwalks. Heck, if we wanted it to be realistic, we'd go up a third one. But honestly, I think that's going to be good. Let's start welding and see what it looks like. Because when you weld, you start getting these cross beams in there, which are going to look really good. These only take as much as a normal thing, by the way, a normal block. All right, there's our first bit. Convinced yet? What do you guys think? This, yeah, it's going to look pretty good, I think, when we add a catwalk. But we need to get more stuff. But yeah, all right, let's continue up there. So I'm thinking something kind of like this. We've got the first little catwalk area where you can walk around. That's where the ladder would be. Careful you don't accidentally fall off there once the ladder's in. But then another catwalk up there. And from the ground, it would look kind of like this, which looks pretty similar to a radio tower. Again, the realistic one would probably be taller and would probably have like a cable coming out to the side to keep it from tipping over the winds. But still, I think that's not that bad. Let's finish welding it up and see what it looks like in the, I guess in all of its glory. Oh no. Oh no. My concept does not work at the moment. I got up the ladder and I fell into this crack. Alright, the concept, it could use some work. Maybe we turn it on its side so it's like that. Alright, what do you guys think? The ladder's sort of hidden on this side. We have a ladder going up there. Then you go all the way around and you have another ladder going up all the way to the top up here. And then you go all the way around if you want to sightsee. We're going to build up the antenna, which I think looks a lot better being centered, by the way. On this side, this is where the ladder is, but honestly, you can't even see the ladder on, like, from far. You can only see it if you're, like, looking at it from this angle right there. And honestly, it doesn't look that bad, I think. But yeah, I'm not going to go ahead and renovate the other towers. All 3 towers are a little bit different in their own way, so I think we're just going to leave it like that. Although any tower we build in the future, I think we will probably make it look a little bit more like this. I forgot to add something there. I will need to do that. But let me go ahead and build the antenna. I'll add a couple of lights, and we'll be right back. It's life, Jim, but not as you know it. Not as we know it. Not as we know it. It's life, Jim, but not as we know it. Not as we know it, Captain. All right, there she is, the last of our antenna relays. I still have to name it. It just occurred to me that I haven't named it yet. This is the south relay. So the antenna, we're going to give you 12,000 meters of range, which is 12 kilometers. We're going to give you the HUD text of south relay. Awesome. All right. Also, just to check the wind turbine, it is poor, but it is outputting 143, and the antenna is only using 48. Or it's outputting 171, but only 143 are being used, including what's being put into the battery to charge it. So I think we're good. All right, the last of the antennas is up. The sun hasn't gone down yet, but it will soon. So let's get back to the base while we still can. If we find any fights along the way, we will take them. That said, I don't know that we will find any. But yeah, let's head back to the base, and we can put up our first antenna at the base, which is going to be a crazy time. It's a time to be alive, but not for long probably, because I've heard that the Reavers are actually attracted by antenna. So if that's... Oh, actually, hang on. I could get a screenshot here. That would be a cool screenshot. But yeah, I heard the Reavers are attracted by antenna, so I'm a little bit worried about putting an antenna at the base, but the whole point in adding Reavers is so they would be a threat. And if they're currently not a threat because we haven't done anything to them, watch this be gold or magnesium. Oh, we don't have our HUD on. That is actually iron. Okay. If they're not a threat, then we should add them so they can be a threat. So we are going to add an antenna, and hopefully that will make at least one Reaver spawn. Man, you guys probably think I don't have the mod even turned on at this point. We're going really fast, and it's very hard to stop. But this is the direction. That's a nice mountain in front of us. I kind of want to put something on top of it. Just to say I've conquered that mountain. It is the goal of man to put something on top of every every gigantic mountain. All right, let's try and get as few bumps as possible while going back to the base so we don't end up destroying this thing. It's our first day out. We don't want to destroy it quite yet. There's our oh, you can still see the relay off in the distance. Check that out. That's a pretty solid thumbnail, I will not lie. Right there. Thing is, though, YouTube thumbnails are really small. You wouldn't even be able to see that thing in the distance, but I still take a screenshot anyway. Oh, the world is getting yellow, which means we don't have long, but I think we might even beat the pitch black. We might even beat it to our base. I see the base off in the distance. We're found! The only question now is if we run into any of those holes that were there. Welcome back to base, everybody. It's been a successful mission, and well, now we still need to add lights to that wall right there. But yeah, first successful mission with the revamped ship. That's pretty good. And we are good. We can now use GPS if I wanted to. I could come in here. Boom. New from current position. Hangar. Boom. First GPS of the series is in. We now have the hangar GPS. All right. It was all worth it. I really like that challenge, I think. It was kind of something that I thought of on like the first episode of the series. I was like, we need something. Let's just try not using GPS. And the whole goal of it was to be able to kind of like, I don't know, because when you don't have maps or anything, you kind of have to understand the land around you. And in a way, it did kind of help with that. I don't know how much of the land I would have known as well if I had been using GPS the whole time. Like, would I have known the crevices are over there, and would I have known the general layout of them? Or would I have known that that's the dunes, that's the place I got lost? I don't know. Or would it just be landscape? In any case, we now are rid of that challenge. The challenge is over. We can now use GPS normally, which means if we wanted to, we could mark all of our mining spots, which I might go ahead and do at some point because it'd be interesting to find out how far they are from the base. Obviously, our iron is not that far, but yeah. All right, welcome back. Let's put up our antenna because we said we were going to do that. So what I want to do for this is I want to first hop over here and grab a little thing called steel plates. Okay, so our base antenna is actually going to be up here. We're going to put it where we're going to put the eventual... Not up here. I'm just using that as a guide to get up here, where the little mini base was. We had a little... I don't know where it is. It might have gotten shot. It was... Oh, well, that's where it was. Yeah, this is where the antenna is going to be. And if you guys remember, this is where we said we were going to build some sort of lighthouse before we had access to GPS. And I think instead of building a lighthouse, we're going to build an antenna tower, kind of like we have with all the other ones, and also a fort. So this fort will have guns pretty much aiming in every directions, and if anything flies over our base, this will be responsible for stopping them. So let's start off with a heavy armor base. We're going to turn it like this. I might want to level some of this mountain at some point, or just build it off the mountain. But we're not going to go heavy armor all the way. We just want a little bit of heavy armor as a support, so that nothing gets not everything gets destroyed in one hit. So let's do something like that. And with that, so with that little heavy armor base right there, now we can be kind of sure that that this whole thing won't go down in one hit. We can build our antenna tower, which is going to be right there. So we're gonna go with the design we did just now. Actually, the one we just figured out looks decent. And that one looks a little like this. So we're gonna do one of those. We're gonna do two like that, and we're gonna go up about, probably only gonna go up like 10. So probably only gonna be one level on this one. You know what? We'll go up 12. We'll go up 2 more. 1, 2, and then that's where we're gonna put the antenna. Right up here. And this right here is going to be our beacon to all things that want to attack us. This antenna right here. They're going to see it, and they're going to spawn on us, hopefully, the Reavers. All right, with that antenna placed, and with the one that we built out in the dunes placed as well, I think we're going to end this episode right here. Probably a shorter episode, although I've said that the last 2 episodes, and they've ended up being the same length or longer than a standard episode. But I really want to try and get back to like that 30-minute kind of area. I really don't know how long this one will be because a lot of it is time-lapse, which took a long time in real life, but will probably only be like a couple minutes in the video. But anyways, if you guys like this video, please hit the like button. All your suggestions that you have, please put those down in the comments section below. Suggestions regarding specifically what we should do with this thing up here. But also, what do you guys think of our new ship? I'll fly down to it so we can take a look at it. We got into a little bit of combat, not much, but we did have a fair fight. Well, okay, fair is beside the point. We had a fight where they were able to get a couple shots off, and this thing didn't really take much damage at all. What do you guys think? Do you think the modifications make it look a little bit better? To give you a little refresher, that was what we previously had, and this is what we have now. This is what I came up with in the survival world. It's a little bit different, but or in the creative world, it's a little bit different than what we've actually made. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I will see you guys in the next episode of Space Engineers. Almost said Space Busters. Space Engineers.